Well, let's take a breath. This is just rolling right along, isn't it? I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're having a wonderful time and taking care of yourselves with your water needs, your fluid needs, the releasing the fluid needs, the giving your kids a kiss and saying goodnight. Just do what you need to do. This is a big night. It's a long night, and we're in it here. Um, I wanted to be sure, and it felt like after that was a good place to do this. I wanted to be sure tonight to make some room for the grief and the loss that I know we are all feeling on many levels. There's the low-lying, constant knowing that the very earth that we survive on and thrive on is in danger, is in peril. Our mother, our home. And that's not something that you can block out easily. And I think a lot of the road rage and the hostility and the anger and violence that is erupting in the recent years is largely, I think, rooted in that sense of incredible loss of the world we thought we knew and thought we could count on. In fact, Arlie Hochschild, the great sociologist, has released a book that I think he's going to put it in the chat. And I can't remember the title right now because I can't remember anything right now, but it'll come up in the chat in a minute. But it's about the grief and the loss that so many white working class people feel in this country. And so I want to just take a moment, and my friend Ofosu is going to join me, and wherever you are, Ofosu, please come on. We need to highlight Ofosu Kobe. And we're going to do a little grief ritual together. There you are. Hi, sweetie.
Hey, I'm here. Hi.
Nice to see you. Have you got your kids to bed?
Kids, yes. My wife got them to bed, and we did some sign language good nights because
Oh,
I'm
there you
kind
go.
of immersed in my setup here. So
You are. You're
yeah,
kind of locked in. They have to come to
yeah,
you to give you a kiss, don't they?
that's right. Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah,
Well, just to say that a little minute more, the loss of the planet, and then we're all witnessing this horrific violence in the Middle East that just seems endless and unstoppable. And we're going to lift up some voices in this little section of poets and people who have lost their countries, because we may feel right now like we feel like we're losing our country, whatever that means. And I'm so grateful. What's helped me so much is the Buddhist teaching of impermanence, that everything, every manifested thing in life appears and disappears. It is its nature, nothing less. It seems so obvious, isn't it?
yeah,
But when it comes to countries and empires and ways of life, we feel like, well, no, but not us, not us. And yet we've seen countless countries go from dictatorship to democracy to back to this and that. And we are part of something much bigger than ourselves, great waves of social transformation where the seeds that were planted in this country 500 or 600 years ago are coming to fruition in horrible ways and in beautiful ways.
yeah.
So here we are in a very karmic moment. So we're going to share some poetry and song, but Foster, if you want to add anything to what I just said, please do.
No, I don't think I have too much. I think there is a sense of humility that I think arises when we look at the vastness of history, the vastness of time, and the unstoppable nature of impermanence. And in the face of these natural forces and this grand vastness of existence, I often feel quite humble, not small or low, but just humble, as one cell in the organism of Earth. Um, I feel, I feel humble, but I also feel optimistic, in that the universal nature of change means universal possibility, and infinite possibility. So I think I'll just leave it there. That I think it also helps me to think about. I mean, to come into a space of equanimity, knowing that change is constant, and so resting too comfortably in one state of mind or state of being or idea, is at my own peril. So just trying to maintain some coming back to equanimity in the face of change is also has also been a practice for me recently.
Thank you. Beautiful. So maybe you could give us just a bell, and then I'll start the first poem, which is by a Christian minister named Stephen Garnis Holmes, and he publishes a daily poem. And I've been on his list for years, and he just never fails to astonish and inspire me. And this is his poem.
All right. Offering a sound of the bell.
You love someone who is not well. They're sick with something they can't overcome, at least not yet. Sometimes they're hurt by circumstances. Sometimes their choices work against them. But you love them. You will keep loving them, being there for them, no matter what, no matter how ugly it gets, how brave or foolish they are. You don't know how it will turn out. They may recover, they may not. But you will be there for them to the end. You won't give up hope or commitment. You will do what you can for their well-being, gladly, no matter what the outcome. If they heal, it will be with your help. If this is their last days, you will fill those days with grace, with love and light and blessing and even joy. And you will be grateful to have been there in those irreplaceable days. The one you love is the world.
Betsy, did you want me to read?
Would you read the, If I Must Die?
Sure. So I am, hold on, let me change my sound settings. Okay. I'd like to share with you a poem by a professor named, from a Palestinian professor named Rafat Al-Arir. He taught literature and creative writing at the Islamic University of Gaza. And on December 6, 2023, shortly after writing this poem, If I Must Die, Professor Al-Arir was killed by an Israeli airstrike in northern Gaza. So we read this in his memory and to honor his life. If I must die, you must live, to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings, and make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze, and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope. Let it be a tale.
this last poem is from a beloved teacher, Vietnamese Zen teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, who, as a young monk in the Vietnam War, was a peacemaker, and he and his sisters and brothers, monastics, went out to do what they could for the people in the bombardment of American bombs in their country. And they brought bodies in from the streets into their temples, and they rebuilt schools that were bombed. And Thich Nhat Hanh actually came to the U.S. Can't remember the year, but it was during obviously during the war, during the Johnson administration, and he met with McNamara, the Secretary of Defense, and they met for an hour. And it was shortly after that that McNamara resigned. And this is a young peacemaker with the groundedness to speak truth to power. He wrote poetry too. He was a poet, and there was one time when he and his sisters and brothers were in a village that had been bombed, and they were rebuilding some of the buildings. I think particularly either a school or a health center, I can't remember. And they rebuilt it together, and then bombs came and bombed it again. And so they went back and they built it again. And then the bombs came back and destroyed it again. And some of his sisters and brothers said to him, "Why do we keep doing this? It's hopeless. They're going to keep bombing it. Why don't we stop? It's futile." And he said something I hope I've got this right. He said, our doing this is bearing witness to the fact that we will keep doing what needs to be done, no matter what. There's something bringing that light of human persistence and love in the face of all odds that I feel like we need to hear right now. He wrote this poem, and it is a poem of grief. I hold my face between my hands. No, I am not crying. I hold my face between my hands to keep my loneliness warm. 2 hands protecting, 2 hands nourishing, 2 hands to prevent my soul from leaving me in anger.
Thank you, Betsy. On this topic of grief, I thought of a few different songs I could share that either spoke directly to the experience or simply the experience of being alive, which contains grief within the fabric of it, in the ups and downs. And so I just decided to kind of search my heart and just deliver what spoke to me on the spot. And I could hear Thich Nhat Hanh saying, do this one. So this is an excerpt from a song I wrote called O Mani Padme Hum. For those of us in the Buddhist tradition or who are familiar with mantras, Om Mani Padme Hum is a famous Buddhist mantra from the Tibetan or Vajrayana tradition. It's the mantra of compassion, traditionally known as the mantra of compassion, but I like to think of it as the mantra of awakening, because what it really means is Om, represents all of the trinities of existence, the beginning, the middle, the end, the past, present, and future, etc. And Mani represents wisdom, and Padme represents compassion. Mani is the jewel, and Padme is the lotus. And Hum is like the glue that seals the jewel within the lotus. So when we say Om Mani Padme Hum, what we are proclaiming is that through wisdom and compassion, awakening is possible. Through wisdom and compassion, freedom becomes the reality. So in times of grief, coming back to this mantra, coming back to this state of mind, that cultivating wisdom and compassion brings us in touch with the freedom of existence, can soothe the grief that is in the undercurrent of just being alive. So here's an excerpt of Om Mani Padme Hum. In this world of murder and fear and hate, hard to understand what is real and fake. All my travels across the interstate took me deeper into that inner place. Beginner's mind is silence, ignorance is violence, anxiety is terrible, and mine is so unbearable that if I ever overcome it, it'll be a miracle. I know I'm here to witness who I am, but through the mirror's view, cause every day is heaven and every day is hell. Every day I fall apart, every day I prevail. Rising and the falling like the night into the morning. I've been fighting all along to be a light inside the storm, but maybe I should let it go. Scan the body head to toe and hold myself with kindness when self-hatred is susceptible. Understand the moment is another passing episode, and if it gets too difficult, I just take a breath and go. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to close this section with a song I wrote recently. I've been writing lullabies for grownups, lullabies for this time. And I want to offer this to you. I know East Coast people, it's bedtime, so I wanted to give you a little lullaby. And then we're going to hear from Ikeda-Nash, a wonderful teacher in the East Bay Community Meditation Center. So if you're feeling a little weary, if you need a lullaby, lullabies were made by mothers to reassure their child that all was well. Most of all, to just get them to go to sleep, please, so that the mother could go to sleep. But, you know, as a mother myself, it's hard to say anything reassuring these days. The old language doesn't quite anymore. So I feel like this is the best lullaby for where we are right now. And I actually wrote it initially for my partner on a tough week in his life. But it's clearly way beyond that. So please, this is for all of us. Sleep, my love, weary the hour, tattered and torn your heart. Storms are shaking the world we once knew, but all will be well in the have gone, the fire burns low, your heart has lost its way. Memories crowd in and shadow the land. Let it all go till the morning. Angels are with you day and night, hidden in friends and in flowers. Hear how they sing through the wind in the trees. Sing through your sleep till the morning. I am here, my promises hold true. we are safe, safe somehow, though fleeting as morning dew. The dew on the grass in the morning. Every loving step you take, every whispered prayer, every time you face down your fears, will carry you through till the morning. Oh, my love, the way is unknown, familiar paths are fading. Give me your hand, we'll sing through the night, sing back the light till the morning. Children dance out under the sky, knowing just this bright moment. Oh, let us dance with them in these final days. Dance through the dark till the morning. We are old, we are new, we are born into dying. Wings that rise, dreams that fall, and all of it once and shining, shining and new in the morning. And the promise holds true in the morning. And we will be here in the morning. And all will be well in the morning. Thank you, my friends. I'm glad you're still with us. I know some have gone and some have come, and it's good. It's kind of a movable feast here. And we still have Melanie Demore to come, and Aya Santachita right now, and Renee doing some vocal shedding of not untying the knots. But first, I really want to welcome my teacher, my mentor, my friend, and a wonderful, wonderful teacher in the Buddhist tradition, Mushim Ikeda-Nash. I hope she's here. I hope we can bring her up. There's so many people, it takes a minute to find you. Hi, Mushim.
I'm here.
Evening. You're here. I'm sorry it's gotten so late. Are you still okay to be here with us?
I have a few more minutes. Thank you.
I understand. I'm so sorry. We have gone over as one does, but welcome, and please just take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Betsy. Thank you, everyone. Soon I'll be on my way for a second online election night event for Seed the Vote. Seed the Vote. So that will probably be recorded and you can check us out. Betsy has also quoted from beloved Buddhist teacher Tara Brach a number of times. And so I have in the chat, which I'll post now to everyone, a link to the Mind Our Democracy website. And I am in a group with Tara, and many other Buddhist and yoga teachers who are working towards a mindful democracy. We will have a November 23rd Holding What Unfolds online event in which there will be opportunity for those who come to speak to one another about our aspirations as well as our actions for a more mindful and engaged democracy in the United States, wherever people are, as we go forward. So in the few minutes that I have to spend with you, thank you so much for inviting me. What I'd like to bring to our consciousness, if it's not already uppermost, is I feel well expressed in this recently actually it's dated today, article from the Columbia Journalism Review by author John Jon Alsop, Allsop. And he reminds us in this article, In the Eye of the Needle, which I heartily recommend, it's very well written. He reminds us that in the year 2020, Trump seized on seemingly positive, yet actually meaningless scores among votes that were counted first to call for the count to be stopped and his victory confirmed. Alsop goes on to say, as voting ends and counting begins, and this is going to take a while, it's incumbent on us to stay focused and to stay calm. It's incumbent on us to stay focused and to stay calm. No matter what happens, Alsop says, the next few weeks seem likely to be a marathon, not a sprint. And I personally would extend it beyond the next few weeks. So that's what I'm inviting us all and myself to do, is to strap ourselves in, whatever metaphors we want to use, put on our gear and prepare for a marathon, not a sprint. To engage mindfully and vigorously in the democratic process of this country. And since I am a Buddhist teacher, to extend the power of metta, M-E-T-T-A, usually translated as loving kindness, better translated as unconditional goodwill towards everyone that we know, ourselves included, all living beings. And in looking at the demographics that are visible here, what I'm going to propose in the next few minutes is that if you like, if you're an older person like myself, that you bring to mind one younger person, hopefully Gen Z or a younger millennial, who depends on you to remain calm, focused, and centered. And also bring to mind one person from those generations that you depend on. And to imagine that we're all holding hands, visualize them clearly in your mind's eye, and bring them into your heart, the next generations who are going forward. May you be safe and protected from all harm, physical and mental harm. May you enjoy well-being. Many of us have chronic illnesses, disabilities, myself included. So may you be as healthy as possible, enjoying well-being. May you find peace amidst all of the circumstances. and may you be truly happy. May you live with joy, and may you live with ease. May you be happy. That is my wish for all of us. And all living beings. In the weeks and the months to come, may we be truly happy, and together may we attain the great equanimity. Thank you very much. Get some rest.
Thank you so much, Machine, for squeezing us in and offering us that metta practice, that loving kindness practice.